closer to your speakers. It's time for the radio show, Move the Crowd.
All right, y'all, we inside to Move the Crowd right about now. What we do each and every week around this time is we bring an artist off stage, bring them backstage to get to know them up close and personal. And joining us now is a man, and let me tell you, he's had a lot of hits. He's responsible for a lot of records out there. And we don't normally have this person on often. We have an 8-time Grammy-winning artist, an Emmy and Tony Award winner, a Peabody honoree, and a 10-time ASCAP Award recipient, man. We got Malik Yusef in the building, man. Malik, officially, man, how you doing, sir?
I'm blessed, my brother. Thank you for having me, man. Appreciate you a great deal. You can have a lot of other people on here. You chose me. You know, I'm wow, hundreds. Let's go.
Definitely. Let's go, man. And now, first of all, I did get a chance to attend your event that you had a little while ago down in Santa Monica. That was the release of a project of yours you put out. We'll talk about that in a little bit. That event. What was your thoughts on that for that night?
I mean, I'm going to tell you the truth, man. Every time, you know, you really risking your comfort coming to an event that we have, man, because we go really a little bit crazy than you want to go. You know, you got to get your knees rubbed down, get some ice on your knees after you finish with us, because we jumping around, we crowd surfing, you know, we dancing, and it's to the flow with it. You feel me? From the ceiling to the flow with it. You know, we don't need no water. let it burn. You feel me?
That's what's up, man. That's what's up for sure. Now, I got this quote from your bio, which I did some research on you. And you've worked with a lot of people. Of course, you know, you've worked with Kanye, Beyonce, Jay-Z, and the whole likes. I want you to explain this quote I got from your bio. His poetic genius and ability to elevate diverse music styles has cemented his reputation as a creative trailblazer. Now, that was in your bio. Can you explain that more about that to me, sir?
Well, you know, trailblazer. I would say I'm a trailblazer because I've taken spoken word art, turned into spoken word music, then applied that to people in different genres. You know, like a John Legend, like a Raheem Devon, like a Money Long, to work with them in the R&B, but then also in the hip hop genre. You know, like a Vic Mensa, like a Travis Scott. You know, like a Jay-Z, like a Kanye, of course, Common, and in that too. But then also to be able to jump over into a space where those things kind of crush themselves together and blend themselves together, which is kind of like what I like to call, you know, urban folk. I think I'm an urban folk artist, you know, although I'm stoned, you know.
Is it hard doing a poetry record as opposed to working with a hip hop record? And is it hard? Is it different? What's the difference with similarities?
More difficult because you're talking to a different group of people. They're a little bit more, I would say their palate is a little bit more refined. They want to hear really, you know, impactful things done in a very artistic manner. Not so much rhyme, even though I'm a rhyming poet, I'm a rhyme type of spoken word artist. They want to hear the significance of the word and the topic. So yeah, I wouldn't advise people to come in spoken word thinking it's gonna be easier than rapping, because it's not. It's definitely not.
Definitely not easier, man. That's good to know. I never knew that. I was kind of figured it would kind of be the same because you're still writing original lyrics, and other than maybe a beat or no beat for the spoken word artist, I figured it'd be kind of the same. But that's good to know. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, you could do it's hard to do an acapella rap album. You could do an acapella spoken word project if you so choose to. You know, we perform our art with no music anyway. We are word jasmine. We are wordsmiths. We are spoken word artists. So with spoken word by itself, there's very few artists you get on stage and just go flat out. Even R&B, you probably would have one or two songs where you just sing with no music, but you might do 5 pieces of spoken word with nothing. It's almost akin to like commentary. You see in Def Poetry Jam how people got up there with no music. Each time you see a whole show with 5 poets with no music, you know, and still be entertained. So it's a degree of difficulty in my opinion.
What made you get into that? Because, you know, you've done enough to where you didn't have to do that. What made you go in that direction?
I started in spoken word. I got birthed into this industry as a spoken word artist. I was looking to be a poet, to write a book, But my learning challenges and stuff, I found that to have a certain degree of difficulty as well, and be foreboding in certain manifestations. So what I did was I moved into to featuring. I did spoken word poetry presentations, and then I moved into featuring on people's albums, and then I went into writing for them, and then I learned production from Ye and No ID, and then Jay Dilla later on, peace be upon Jay Dilla, and then I became a producer. So then I said, okay, let me merge all these things together, my ability to create melody and to sing a little bit and all that, and boom, and then you have that. So I returned to my roots, because I think the spoken word community has never really embraced me. I've been a people's poet a long time, but poets, they probably don't really want to hear too much about what I'm talking about, because I'm really representing a lifestyle that's foreign to a lot of them. I came from street. I jumped off the porch at 12. I became part of a street nation at 12 years old, and and I went to the underground economy for the majority of my life. Was in the underground economy. How I was able to be an investor in Carl Thomas and Common and Kanye and so on and so forth from the underground economy. So that type of lineage, a lot of poets don't have a real glean on that, and sometimes they like it, sometimes they don't, but they don't like it from me most of the time. So I speak to the people, I speak to other artists. Jaden Smith is a fan of mine, which I'm a fan of his, and so on and so forth down the line. CeeLo Green, I'm a fan of his, he's a fan of mine, and we can go down a list of 1,000 people that love my art, but never been really a type of person accepted in the poetry circles, which is cool with me. God bless them for what they do, yeah.
Okay.
So that's my thing.
That's what's up, man. We got Malik Yusef in the building. Hit him up, Keyword DA Radio Show on all social media platforms if you want to chop it up with him and go from there. We got a record we're going to play from you right now. Tell me about this record that was sent to us, man. New Moon. Tell me about this New Moon record we about to play.
Yeah, this is a song about if you was born like me. I was born different. I had, learning challenges and what have you. Now we know it as autism. I was called a slow kid or retarded or have a mental problem and things like that. And I've come to find out it's autism and it's dyslexia and it's dyscalculia and dysgraphia and the things I talk about in my TED Talk. So I'm just encouraging people that always felt different from the rest of the people around them. Hey, you might not be from them people. You might be from the moon like me, and that's what the song talks about.
All right, man, we're going to check out New Moon right now. Keyword DA Radio Show on our social media platforms, and let us know your thoughts on the record as we about to get to it momentarily. When we come back after this record, we got to get Malik Yusef to let us know his thoughts on independent artists and one tip we can leave them. Plus, we need to get his thoughts on the difference between a beat maker and a producer, and there's plenty of that out there. Keyword DA Radio Show on all social media platforms. We're going to talk about that after this, the radio show.
Independent artists live here. We got this independent game on lock. All day. Check it out, the radio show.
We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
Don't die too soon, and don't cry on my soul, and say bye-bye. Maybe that's why you breathe out of tune. See, they don't love you like they're supposed to love you. They found out you different, love to expose you. Hurt by who you close to. That's why we chose you. 'Cause you You just might be from the moon too. A moon's middle child like me. Who'd want a little child like me? Soon, very soon you might be.
Very soon you might be.
Right back on the moon. 'Cause you're not regular. They just secular. Hella degular. Get you somewhere to keep you safe from harm. In a rocket ship or in your lover's arms. Get you out of there. Get you in the air. You'll be somewhere. You're loved anywhere away from there.
Far away from there, I swear you'll be everywhere.
I had to way up, on my way up. I was way down, but now I'm way up. If you a moon child, you on your way up. If you like me, you'll find a way up. How far the moon is, I know it's way up. I know it's way up, I know it's way up. I know way up out of here. Slip past the ionosphere. All you need is some landing gear. Who's 1,000 degrees, we'll be standing here.
We choose to go to the moon.
Don't die too soon.
We choose to go to the moon.
It's Malik Yusef right there. The song's called New Moon. Malik Yusef, New Moon. So Malik, that's a good record, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you.
For sure.
I trust your opinion, and I appreciate your scrutiny.
For sure. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Now, is that out or coming out soon, or what's up with that record?
Yeah. We had uploaded a corrupted file onto the DSPs for the album, so it's being fixed right now. Should be up and running just in a couple days here. Okay. So right before Grammys, we're gonna perform this song at the Grammys, and it's gonna be nice.
Okay. All right, man. But we're gonna check that out for sure. Difference between a beat maker and a producer is what?
Uh-oh.
What's the difference?
Well, because of technology, beat makers are prevalent, and they have a good ear. I'll say good. There's some good beat makers out here, but to produce a song, and I tell this in my Bad Kids camp all the time, to produce a song, you have to also have all the elements. So the beat you send to the artist, sometimes they'll get on and just ride that beat, but it needs to be produced for it to have staying power, because you need to. It's like any good artist, right? Or a good cook. You can't just have flour, salt, and chicken and grease. There's the intermediate steps there that's called the recipe. And you have to have a recipe when you're producing. You have to make sure that you modulate around each note, each vocal influx. If this artist is using bravado or not. And that's what makes the song memorable. And that's what gives it its staying power. That's what lets it seep into the subconscious of a person that we call earworms. You call it an earworm. We call it sonic cocaine or sonic candies. You put these little special things in there that brighten or drop the ear. The ear is a very structured piece of equipment that has direct access to the brain, thus exciting certain chemicals in the body, and releases the dopamine. So that's what a hit is. A hit is a hit of dopamine, you feel me? So when you're talking about a drum, decay, so on and so forth, that's production. Having a good track is good, but what's gonna make you bring back to listen to it? It's gotta have so many parts in there where you wanna your brain wants to figure it out. That's what the brain is. It's a machine that helps you figure things out. So that's why I think our music with Ye has lasted so very long, because of how we produce. We get the track, of course, because Ye is a master, but putting those little nuances there, those small pieces those small intangible where the brain is like, ooh, what's that? What's that sound? What's that drum? Is that a horn? Or is that a guitar? Or what's that? Is that a harp? Or is that a harpsichord? And the brain is figuring all these things out. So you're listening to it 40 times over a year just because it feels good to your brain to be working. The brain releases dopamine when it's trying to figure things out.
Okay. All right, man. So definitely, you all need to know that. That's why I had to have him do that, because a lot of people didn't know the difference, and we want to make sure these producers out there know the difference between the two. Last thing, for sure, man. Malik, last thing before I let you go.
Yes, sir.
Independent artists out there that's checking us out right now, they want to be just like you when they grow up. Literally, give them some words of wisdom and thoughts of what they need to do to work and get their skills up. What they need to do. One tip.
First of all, figure out if this is for you. Not that you're not talented or skilled or you can't, sing or rap or do poetry or produce. Do you have the ability to put the work in on the dark days? A New Edition said, sunny days, everyone loves them. But tell me, baby, can you stand the rain? The days when you're tired, like I woke up exhausted this morning after a couple hours of sleep, exhausted. I was like, I can't just lay in the bed, which I want to. My body wants to lay in the bed, but my body also wants to see myself at the Oscars with my own film, so that ain't gonna come from laying in the bed, and you gotta let yourself know that you're tired and still keep going. I think that it's work. That's my workshop. Bad Kids, people like, Bad Kids, they got a bunch of Grammys, they got a bunch of plaques. Yeah, we got a bunch of that stuff in Bad Kids Camp. We got a bunch of people, but guess what? More times than not, people come in Bad Kids Camp and then leave because it's hard work, and hard work is pressure, but pressure make diamonds. Pressure make diamonds. We got placements on Kanye. Some people's first placement is a Kanye record on Vultures or Vultures 2. Mm-hmm. There's like 4 or 5 people from Bad Kids Camp that has those placements, and there's like another 30 that's on my album that's nominated for a Grammy right now. So it happens. You just got to keep working. It's not going to be a easy thing. If you're looking for ease and comfort, you're in the wrong industry. If you're looking on somebody's highlight reel on Instagram that we out at the party kicking it, you know how much work we had to do to be able to go to a club? You know how much work we had to put in to be able to go to a club? For me and Ty to go listen to our music at the club in Utah, you know how much work we had to do to get to that place right there? We had to work with Rihanna. We had to work with this. We had to work with that one. We had, to get to that space where me and Ty Dolla $ign could be hanging out on stage. That's not something that was simple. It's not easy. And as a matter of fact, it keeps going. You don't get a victory today and live happily ever after tomorrow. You got to start again. I got nominated for a Grammy. I'm already working on my next Grammy project. If I win or lose, it don't matter. I'm still working. So you got to figure out if you cut out for that. If you're not, that's okay. Chill. Kick it with your kids. Kick it with your bitch. Kick it with your nigga. You good. You ain't gotta do this.
Yeah, it's not meant for everybody. MD, talk to Malik Yusef.
Hey, what's up, Malik?
MD, what's up?
Not much. I'm an ex-producer, and your analysis, that was a great analysis of the difference between a beat maker and a producer. And you're so right. It's elements that real producers know how to do, when they get a track from a beat maker. Mm-hmm. And we don't want the track as a 2-track, project. We need for the tracks to be separate. So when we go in and try to get the right sound and put these little melodic sound in between here and there. So like you said, the brain is trying to maneuver, what sounds good and what don't sound good, and what makes them like this song. Like back in the old days, Luther Vandross, when he made a accident, when he said, woo, 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 that was an accident when he did that, because he was trying to think of a lyric, some lyrics supposed to be saying, but it didn't quite come out of his mouth right. Wow. And he just mumbled it out like that. And it became his trademark. Wow. It made a lot of babies after that.
Yeah. No question.
It happens that way.
Yeah, everything is spontaneous in the studio. Because back in the day, see, I'm old school. Okay, you new school. I'm old school. I remember the days I was recording back in the days when we was doing 24 track. Okay. And it was the day that we used to lock ourselves in the studio for a couple of days. You know, lockdown. You know, they ain't book nobody. So, you know, I know what you're talking about. I like the analogy you made of a beat maker and a producer. A lot of people don't understand that. Artists don't understand it. Producers is like a director of a movie.
That's right.
He directs everything that's going to happen on that project. You know, he find the right elements, the right personnel to make the project suitable for the commercial value.
That's right.
You're trying to sell. You know, today is different. Mm-hmm. It ain't about selling no more, which now a lot of people realize they wish it is about selling, because these views and following is not making no money for nobody.
Yeah, not a lot of money, but it's making some money. But you gotta, it's long term now. It's long term. You don't really see nothing until 5 years from now when you accumulate. So it's not the first week that matters. The first, you know, it's not, you don't get to go cash that check. You know,
right?
That check is prolonged. It's a prolonged process.
All right, Malik, definitely, man. Give me your Instagram and all so they can follow real quick, because we got to let you go.
Yeah, get me out of here. Malik Yusef 100 on Instagram. And that's it, man. I just Bad Kids Camp, Bad Kids class. Join up. Come on, see what you can do. You might make it, you might not. It's up to you. It's totally up to you. You cut yourself. I don't fire nobody unless they did something egregious, recently disrespectful. So come on in. You're welcome to sign up and come in every day if you want, or no days if you want.
Hey, Malik, one more thing. When next time you gonna hit the stage here in the West Coast?
Grammy week, Monday through Monday.
Monday
through Monday.
Okay.
At a certain spot?
The 29th, the 28th. We start 28th and we go all the way through.
Okay.
Are you going to be at a certain place or?
Yep, I'll give you all the information. Make sure that we'll send everything to y'all for y'all to come through. Come kick it with us.
Okay.
All right,
Malik. But man, thanks for joining us, man. We appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all.
And definitely, man, salute to you.
Thank you so much for having me here, brothers. Appreciate y'all, man.
For sure, man. We'll get you on the road, down the road. Next single will come through. And then we got some other radio station that's on here as well. And I'm sure they're going to get at you to get on their shows, okay?
Yes, sir. Bad Kids in this bitch. What's up? Peace.
What's up, man? Peace.